The new Planar Fissure event is coming, so I'm going to be ranking every planar set in the game in terms of efficiency. I'm going to be adding a bit of guidelines here. This is for efficiency only. I will be stating the power level of each relic. However, planar sets generally don't offer much more damage from the next offensive best in slot. Refer to my substats versus sets video for more details, but to put it simply, best in slots for planars usually range around 5% or less to the next best in slot, while one more roll of crit can close that gap by 2%. I did add a boost to stronger sets by 5%, but as you can see, this isn't too relevant. This ranking that I made is not perfect for any player. I counted every character in the game in my rankings, but if a player doesn't have a DOT character, for example, the value of some worlds might go down. Or if their supports are already well built enough, the worlds with good support sets don't matter. So let's start first with the most bottom tier, the easiest pick I've ever made, World 5. World 5 is not good. The offensive set is way too short to impact any character and thus is never recommended by anybody, while the second set is quite niche as even Space Healing Station is much better condition wise. The only character that actually has IPC as their best in slot is Black Swan, and it's not actually far off from the other options, so no, just don't farm this world, please. Next is World 4. Interestingly, this set does work with a lot of DOT based characters and the second set works with a lot of supports. The reason why this is lower in practice is that the break effect generally only works for one character per team to catch breaks. So at some point, you can simply have too much Talia sets to farm for anymore. It is also worth to note that with this planar specifically, you might be hunting for break effect ropes only. Next, World 6. World 6 is a bit of a surprise pick. The biggest reason why it's ranked so low is the second set being very inefficient. While the second set can be used by tanks and supports from some bulk, energy-based sets are much better for consistent ults. The offensive set is best in slot for a number of different characters and actually does have a high score, but again the second set is too much of a liability. If you don't need to build any of the other support-based planars though, I suppose it's fine, but just know you might get more support upgrades while trying to upgrade your DPS in other worlds. Coming up in a tie at second place, World 3 and World 7. Both of these sets are extremely similar. Rutilant is better for crit DPS, however Space Healing Station is more flexible as it can work with DOT characters for slightly less power on crit DPS. Both support sets are also very flexible, with Keel once again being better with crit DPS teams and ageless for DOT. So really, both of these sets are nearly equal in efficiency, but its power varies on which archetype you are building. The most efficient set in the game is World 8. This is basically a souped up version of World 3 as it has a generic offensive set and the support set takes the best of each support set. DOT characters generally have Glam as their best in slot, and given the correct speed thresholds, it's a very close second to other sets for crit alternatives. Penacony set is extremely flexible as even tanks and healers can use it for a bit of energy and support. While it is locked to tighter team building as it is primarily for mono teams, it offers a pretty generic bonus for crit and DOT to balance itself out. So anyway, hope you liked that quick guide and happy farming everyone. See ya.
無下進みましょう。